Okay, hello my friends, and welcome back to Move with Jasmine. For those of you that I haven't had the opportunity to connect with yet, hello, my name is Jasmine, and today I'm going to be taking you through an Ashtanga Yoga practice. So Ashtanga Yoga, this is actually the type of yoga that I specialized in when I completed my 500-hour yoga teacher training in Nepal. And it is a very unique type of yoga. You'll find it very disciplined. And really the objective of this practice is to move through a series of poses, bringing your body to the edge of maybe discomfort, if you will, in different poses. Never pain, but a little bit of discomfort. And to really maintain a meditative state. So I want you to think of me during this practice as very much your guide as you move through an inward experience, maintaining this meditative posture, okay? So for today's class, we're actually going to start standing up at the tops of our mats, finding our mountain pose. Soles of the feet are planted, feet are about hip-width distance, and palms are facing forward. Take a moment to soften the shoulders away from the ears. Make sure the tailbone is tucked under, and find lots of length all the way to the crown of the head. Just taking a moment to settle into your practice. You'll find throughout today's class, I won't actually be speaking too much. I'm very much just going to be guiding you into different poses, and from there you'll have an inward journey and experience. On the next inhale, we'll reach the arms up, take the gaze to follow. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, high plank. Drop the knees down, lower to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Taking 5 breaths here. Good. On the next inhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, prayer hands come through to heart center. And release to mountain pose. That's sun salutation A. We'll repeat that twice more. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop back, high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. On the next inhale, bend through the knees, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, root to rise. Exhale, prayer hands come through. And release them down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, melt forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop back, move through a flow. On the exhale, meet in down dog. 5 breaths here. Sit bones are facing up towards the ceiling. Shoulders sink low. focusing on calm, steady breathing. On the next inhale, top of mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, root to rise. And exhale, prayer hands come through. Find your Tadasana, mountain pose. On the next inhale, sweep the arms behind you, bend generously through the knees, chair pose. And on the exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot comes up. And step it through in between the palms. Warrior one, back foot at 45 degrees. On the exhale, release the arms down, step that right foot back, and move through a flow. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float the left leg up. Step it through in between the palms. Turn the back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. On the exhale, release the arms down, step that left foot back, and move through your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. 3 breaths here. On the next inhale, top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find your chair pose. Bend through the knees, tailbone tucked under. Weight is in the heels. Exhale, prayer hands come through to heart center as you stand up. And release the arms by the sides. We repeat that twice more. Inhale, swing the arms up, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop back. Move through a flow. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. A little bit faster. Inhale, right leg comes up and step it through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back, flow. Lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes up and step it through. Turn the back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, plant the palms, step that left foot back and move through a flow. Take 3 calm breaths here. Focusing on calm, steady breathing. Staying in your meditation. On the next inhale, bend through the knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, swing those arms up for your chair pose. And exhale, prayer hands come through to heart center. Release the arms by the sides. Mountain pose. Take 1 breath here. Good. On the next inhale, chair pose, final round, sun salutation B. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop back. Moving through your flow. Inhale, heart opener. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. And step it through in between the palms. Warrior one. And exhale, arms come down. Right foot comes back. Moving through a flow. Meeting in downward dog. Inhale, left leg comes high. Step the left foot through in between the palms. Turn the back heel down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, plant the palms. Moving through a flow once again. Inhale, heart opener. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 calm, smooth breaths here. Good. On the next inhale, bend through the knees, gaze towards the hand, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, swing those arms behind you as you bend through the knees, chair pose. And exhale, prayer hands come through to heart center as you release the arms by the sides. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, fold forward. Find a forward fold position where you grab the peace fingers around the big toes. Taking a moment here to really draw yourself deeper as you pull down through those fingers, bending through the elbows. Letting the head hang heavy here. Focusing on calm, smooth breathing. Good. On the next inhale, think flat back, halfway lift. And on the exhale, send the body forward one more time. We're here for 3 breaths. Staying in that meditation. Good. When you're ready to do so, unhook the fingers from the toes. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, stacking the spine, slowly but surely arriving into a tall standing position. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, prayer hands come through to heart center, and then down by the sides for your mountain pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward once again. You can repeat that same variation as the first side, grabbing peace fingers around the big toes, or place the hands underneath the feet and try and pull yourself in deeper. Really letting the head hang heavy, releasing any tension in the neck. Calm, smooth breathing. On the next inhale, think flat back, halfway lift. And on the exhale, release the head and neck down. Remove the hands very carefully from beneath the feet. And slowly bending through the knees, roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Head and neck come up very last. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, prayer hands come through to heart center. And release the arms by the sides, mountain pose. Take an inhale here. And an exhale. Good. Right away, we'll step that right foot back, coming along the length of the mat. Back foot is at 45 degrees. Front toes are facing forward. On the inhale, reach those arms up, turning the hips to face in front of you. Warrior one. Right away, we'll open up. Find your warrior two. Back foot is at 90 degrees. Arms are straight and strong in one line. We're here for 3 more breaths, calm, steady breathing. On the next inhale, straighten through that front leg. Reach as far forward as you can, and then drop the left hand down as you reach the right arm high to the sky. Triangle pose. Finding the edge of your body here, calm, smooth, steady breathing. Good. On the next inhale, bend through that front knee, gaze towards the left foot, and find your warrior 2. Good. Cartwheel the hands to frame that front foot. Step the left foot back. Find your high plank position and move through a flow. Meeting in a downward facing dog. On the next inhale, gaze towards the hands, bend through the knees, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, root to rise. Exhale, prayer hands come through. Arms release by the sides. Mountain pose. 1 breath here. Good. Right away, we'll step that left foot back this time. Couple of feet behind you. Back foot is at 45 degrees. Inhale, send the arms up. Warrior 1. Hips are facing forward. And then we'll open up. Find your warrior 2. Back foot in alignment with the short side of your mat. Arms are straight and strong. Gaze through that front middle finger. On the next inhale, straighten through that front knee. Reach as far forward as you can. Find your triangle pose on the opposite side. Reaching the edge of your body here. Calm, smooth, steady breathing. On the next inhale, gaze towards that right foot, bend through the right knee, and find your warrior 2. Cartwheel the hands to frame that front foot, step the right foot back, and slowly move through a flow. Meeting in downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. On the next inhale, gaze towards the hands, bend through the knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, rooting to rise. Exhale, prayer hands come through to heart center. Release the arms by the sides. Mountain pose, 1 breath here. Good. Right away, step that right foot back once again. A few feet behind you. Back foot is at that 90-degree angle, and front toes are facing forward. On the inhale, reach those arms out. Find your warrior 2 once again. Arms are straight and strong, and gazes through that front middle finger. Right away, we'll drop the left forearm on that left knee as we reach that right arm over top of the right ear. You're welcome to stay here or take another variation. For example, maybe you drop that left hand on the inside of the left foot, or maybe you take a bind around that left leg, reaching the right arm behind the back and the left arm underneath that left leg. Reaching the edge of your body here, calm, steady breathing. On the next inhale, slowly unwinding if you're binded, and then reaching yourself back up, finding your warrior two. Cartwheel the hands to frame that front foot, step the left foot back, and once again move through a flow. Lower down for your chaturanga. Inhale for cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Shoulders sink low, hips up high. Facial muscles are soft. On the next inhale, gaze towards the hands, bend through the knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back, hands to shins. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, prayer hands come through to heart center, and then arms release by the sides. Take a breath here. Good. Step that left foot back, couple of feet behind you. Foot is in alignment with the short side of the mat. Inhale, reach those arms up, gaze towards the front, middle finger, warrior two. Right away, dropping the right arm down, sending that left arm over top of the left ear. Chest is tall, proud, and open. You're welcome to stay here or take another variation if you'd like. Reaching the edge of your body here. Calm, steady mind, calm, steady breath, and calm, steady thoughts. On the next inhale, release the bind if you're there, and then slowly make your way up. Warrior two. Cartwheel the hands to frame that front foot, step that right foot back, find your high plank, and move through a flow. Taking 3 big breaths here, calm breaths. On the next inhale, bend through the knees, gaze towards the hands, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, prayer hands come through. And find your Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a breath here. Good. On the next inhale, step that right foot back behind you, once again, finding your warrior two position. And this time we'll take the right arm behind the back and reach the left arm over top of the left ear. Straightening slowly through that left leg. Take a pause. Some calm, steady breathing here. On the next inhale, slowly make your way back, finding your warrior two. And then cartwheel the hands to frame that front foot, step the left foot back, and move through a flow. Three breaths here. On the next inhale, gaze towards the hands and find your way to the top of your mat very quietly. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, prayer hands come through to heart center. Release the arms by the sides, mountain pose. Stepping that left foot behind you, find your warrior two. And then on the next inhale, left arm comes behind the back as you send the right arm over top of the right ear. Option to straighten through that right leg as you really reach the right fingertips long. On the next inhale, slowly make your way back up, bending through that right leg, warrior two. And then cartwheel the hands to frame the front foot, step the right foot back, high plank position. Always an option to move through a flow. If you're feeling tired, just meeting in downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. On the next inhale, gaze towards the hands, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, surrender down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, prayer hands come through to heart center. Release the arms by the sides, mountain pose. Right away, stepping that right foot over to the side. This time, toes are facing forward. On the inhale, take the hands on the hips, find lots of length through the spine. And on the exhale, fold forward, hinging through the hips, wide-legged forward fold. Option to stay with the hands planted, or maybe you grab hold of the big toes with the peace fingers as you try and draw the head down just a little bit lower. Shoulders away from the ears. Reaching the edge of your body here. On the next inhale, think flat back, halfway lift. And on the exhale, fold forward as you release the grip of the toes, planting the palms beneath you. On the inhale, find a flat back, halfway lift. And then walk the hands over towards the right foot as you bend generously through that right knee. Finding a position with the fingertips planted, or maybe you take the hands up into prayer, finding a balancing pose. You're welcome to stay here, or if you'd like a more intense variation, you can try and take a bind around that right leg, wrapping the right arm around that right knee as you send the left arm behind the back. Reaching the edge of your body here. Focusing on calm, steady breathing. Wherever you are on the next inhale, reach those arms up if you can, find a balance. And exhale, plant the palms down, send the hips up high, wide-legged forward fold. Walking the hands now over towards that left foot as you bend through the left knee, finding once again that Spider-Man or Spider-Woman pose on the left side. Chest is tall, proud, and open. Option to stay with the fingertips planted or take prayer hands, finding your balance. Or option to find that bind, reaching the left arm around the left leg and right arm meets behind the back. Calm, steady breathing. On the next inhale, reach those arms up, nice and high. And on the exhale, plant the palms down, and once again, press the legs straight so you find your wide-legged forward fold. On the inhale, find a flat back, halfway lift. And exhale, sink down one more time here, maybe crossing the arms as you let gravity take you a little bit further. Reaching the edge of your body here. Good. On the next inhale, plant the palms, find a flat back, engage the core, and then take the hands onto the hips as you slowly make your way back into a standing position with a micro bend in the knees. On the next inhale, take an interlace of the hands behind the back. Press the chest open as you lengthen through the spine on the inhale. And on the exhale, hinge through the hips once again, allowing gravity to take the arms behind you for a shoulder opening stretch. Calm, steady breathing. Soft bend in the knees, relaxing the face and relaxing the jaw. Good. On the next exhale, release the hands down. Inhale, flat back. And then on the exhale, take the hands onto the hips and slowly make your way back into a standing position using the strength of those hamstrings. Step towards the top of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, take prayer hands through to heart center. Release the arms by the sides, mountain pose. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop back, move through a flow. Finding your downward facing dog, listen carefully. On the next inhale, we'll gaze towards the hands, bend through the knees, and then hop over into a seated position on your mat. Right away, we'll find length through the legs, flexing through the feet for your Dandasana. Palms are planted, fingertips are forward, spine is nice and long, core is engaged. A simple seated posture that really requires a lot of muscle activation and mindfulness. Good. Right away, we'll bend through the right leg, bringing the inside of the right foot or the bottom of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh, or you can stack that right foot on top for your half lotus. Wherever you are on the inhale, reach those arms up, and exhale, fold forward. Trying to find length with each inhale through the spine, and trying to deepen through this forward fold with each exhale. We're here for 3 more calm, steady breaths. On the next inhale, slowly make your way back into a tall seated position. Reach the arms up to reset and recenter. And on the exhale, plant the palms by the sides. Find a little bit of momentum to cross through the legs and send yourself back into that high plank position. Lower down for your chaturanga. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, gaze towards the hands, bend through the knees, find that seated position as you hop to the top of your mat. First, starting off in Dandasana, and then right away, bending through that left leg, bringing the sole of the left foot to the inner portion of the right thigh, or finding your half lotus. Inhale, arms come up, and exhale, fold forward. Finding the edge of your body here, inviting you to maintain that calm, steady breathing as you find yourself in different poses and formations. Training the mind, the breath, to stay very calm, very steady, even when circumstances change. One more breath here. And then on the next inhale, slowly coming back up and reaching the arms up to reset. And exhale, release the arms by the sides, cross through the legs, and find some momentum into your high plank. Lower down for your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, gaze towards the hands, bend through the knees, step or hop to the top of the mat as you find your seated position. Once again, starting in your Dandasana, and right away we'll bend through that right leg, planting the sole of the right foot. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, reach forward towards that left foot. You're welcome to stay here, or if you'd like to practice your bind, you can take the right arm around that right leg and reach the left arm behind the back to meet the right. Using each inhale to find length through the spine. And maintaining that calm, steady breathing. Good. On the next inhale, reach the arms up. And on the exhale, cross through the legs, find your flow. Lowering down for your chaturanga. Inhale for cobra or up dog. And exhale for your downward facing dog. On the next inhale, gaze towards the hand, step or hop through to your seated position. Right away, finding your Dandasana, and then bending through that left leg. And inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge through the hips, try and reach for that right foot. With each inhale, finding length through the crown of the head. And with each exhale, trying to fold just a little bit deeper. You're welcome to stay here, or if you'd like, you can test out and play around with that bind, wrapping the arms to meet behind the back. With each inhale, finding length, pride and dignity through the chest. And with each exhale, trying to hinge just a little bit deeper through the hips. Good. On the next inhale, reach those arms up and find momentum into your high plank position. Lower down for your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, bend through the knees, gaze towards the hands, and find that seated position once again. This time we'll come into our butterfly pose. Soles of the feet are touching, hands wrapped around. And find lots of dignity through the chest once again. You're welcome to stay here, or imagine you're peeling the feet open, pressing the elbows in towards the legs as you send that chest forward towards the mat. Inhale to find length through the spine. And exhale to find depth through the forward fold. We're here for one more breath. Good. On the next inhale, find a nice tall spine, and then cross through the legs and move through a flow. Meeting in a downward facing dog. Take 2 big breaths here. Good. On the next inhale, we'll bring that right leg through for our pigeon pose on the right side. Try and bring that right knee as close as you can towards that right wrist as you drop the leg down and find a nice tall, proud and open spine. You're welcome to stay here in your proud pigeon, or find your humble pigeon variation as you drop onto the forearms or all the way down to the third eye. Calm, steady breathing here. On the next inhale, find your proud pigeon. And then tuck the back toes under, send the right leg back, find your downward facing dog. Option to stay here, or you can move through a flow. Inhale as you come forward, high plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, open up. Exhale, down dog. On the next inhale, float the left leg high to the sky. And then bring the left leg through for pigeon pose. Nice hip opener. Inhale as you find your proud pigeon, long through the spine. And exhale, maybe finding that humble pigeon variation. Calm, steady breathing. On the next inhale, finding your proud pigeon, walking the hands in. And then tuck the back toes under as you send the hips back into your downward facing dog. Option to stay here or move through a flow. Inhale, coming forward, high plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, open up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Option to stay exactly as you are in your down dog, sending those hips up high, or you can come down onto the forearms, the elbows, for your dolphin pose, a deeper variation for the shoulders. Reaching the edge of your body here. On the next exhale, slowly softening the knees down and taking the knees wide, big toes together, finding a child's pose. Third eye meets the mat. Arms are nice and long. Calm, smooth, steady breathing. On the next inhale, find your tabletop position. Wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. And tuck those back toes under as you send the hips up high, downward facing dog. On the inhale, gaze towards the hands, bend through the knees, step or hop through to a seated position on your mat. Maybe finding an easy cross-legged position, or you can find half or full lotus, whatever is calling for you today, by stacking the feet over top of the thighs. Spine is nice and long. Just finding a seated position here. Imagining a string pulling you from the crown of the head as you soften the shoulders away from the ears. Tailbone is tucked under. Keeping the legs exactly where they are. On the inhale, reach those arms up. And on the exhale, take a twist to the right. Right arm comes behind you like a kickstand, and left arm comes on that right knee to take you a little bit deeper. Shoulders away from the ears, long spine, and gazes towards the back of the room. On the next inhale, slowly come back through to center as you reach those arms up. And exhale, take it to the opposite side. Spinal twist to the left. Soft shoulders, soft face, soft jaw. Focusing on calm, steady breathing. On the next inhale, coming back through to center, reaching the arms up. And on the exhale, release the arms by the sides and find a little bit of momentum as you come through into that high plank, familiar position. Lower down for your chaturanga if you're moving through a flow. And inhale to cobra or up dog. On the exhale, find your downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze towards the hands, bend through the knees, step or hop through to your seated position. Right away, find that cross-legged position, maybe finding the opposite leg on top if you're doing full lotus. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, find prayer hands through at heart center. And then release the arms by the sides. This is a bit of a core activation we're about to head into. So plant the palms firmly on either side of the body, and with as much effort as you can, try and push yourself up to hover slightly off the ground. We're here for 5, and 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Slowly soften down and unravel the legs. Good. Plant the palms of the hand on the mat behind you and the soles of the feet into the mat in front of you. And then just gently windshield wiper those legs from side to side to release any tension. Find stillness in center with the knees, and then right away, inhale, reach those arms forward, palms are facing up, and slowly find your boat pose, Savasana. The shins are parallel to the ceiling, belly is super strong and engaged. Hands can either grab hold of the backs of the thighs, or for a more advanced variation, palms stay up as you tilt the chin high. Calm, steady breathing here. Reaching the edge of our body here. We're here for 2 more breaths. And last one. On the exhale, slowly melt the entire body down and find your final Savasana. In Ashtanga Yoga, we really spend quite a bit of time here in our final Savasana, allowing our bodies to download and feel the effects of our practice. So really encouraging you to find a place of stillness once you find a comfortable position, and really commit to these final few moments of relaxation. I will call you back when it's time. Slowly beginning to bring some depth back into the breath. And then perhaps inviting some gentle movement back into the fingers and back into the toes. Re-inviting some wakefulness into the body. And then finding stillness in the fingers and toes. Begin swaying the head very gently from side to side. Just giving the back of the head a bit of a massage, the neck a little bit of a stretch. And slowly finding stillness in center with the head and the neck. And taking a moment to roll onto either the left or the right side body, extending one arm nice and long as you roll onto the side. Just taking a grounding moment here. Giving yourself a slow and steady opportunity to arrive back into this space. And then when you're ready to do so, you can slowly make your way up into a seated, cross-legged position, keeping the eyes closed if you can. Finishing off today's class in a meditative posture with the spine nice and long, the shoulders away from the ears, and the palms facing upwards over top of the knees in a gesture of openness. Today's Ashtanga Yoga practice moved us through a variety of postures and poses, shapes, all with the effort and intention of making the mind a little bit more resilient, training yourself to find a calm, steady, fluid breath even when things got a little bit uncomfortable. So just take a moment to feel any energetic shifts in your body after this energizing and very disciplined form of yoga. And then when you're ready to do so, on the inhale, reaching the arms up, taking the gaze to follow, even if the eyes remain closed. And on the exhale, take prayer hands to the forehead, a representation of pure thoughts. Prayer hands to the mouth, a representation of pure speech. And prayer hands to heart center, a representation of pure intentions. You can bow your head in appreciation for your body for showing up today, for participating in this Ashtanga yoga practice. And then on the inhale, take the head back through to center. Maybe rub the palms together to create some heat, create some energy. And once you feel the warmth between your palms, place warm palms over top of closed eyes. Take a moment to feel into the darkness, feel the warmth of your palms against the face. And then with patience and mindfulness, begin to slowly blink the eyes open behind the palms as you peel the palms away from the face to arrive back into this space and back into this moment. With that, my friends, we are at the end of our time together today. Thank you so much for joining me for this Ashtanga yoga practice. I hope it's exactly what you were looking for and needed today. And the light in me honors and recognizes the light in each of you. Namaste. How was it today?